पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Passion for dance is what we saw in Priyanka.
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar, Vanakkam. A very warm welcome to Priyanka's Arangetram.
Good evening, everyone. Vakritunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha. Oh Lord Ganesha, we all pray to you that my sister Priyanka Didi is able to give her best performance today. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great evening tonight, and Priyanka has really worked hard.
Priyanka tonight will be presenting a Margam, a collection of several dance pieces. Priyanka dedicates this Arangetram tonight to her family and her legendary ancestors.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very proud of you, Priyanka Didi, for your achievement. I love you a lot, and my life would be meaningless without you.
Good evening, everyone. She is extremely focused. I can clearly see she is on a mission to preserve the cultural goldmine of our ancestors. We are all very proud of your achievement, Priyanka, and wish your future be as bright as the rising sun.
Good evening to all. As I watched her soulful performance today, she has not only mastered the moves, but has equally immersed herself in the essence of the recital. I pray that she receives divine grace in the years to come.
Neha is proving with her enthralling performance today, the more one praises and celebrates life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Neha, keep dancing for yourself, and I'm sure that one day the world would sway to your rhythm.
Priyanka Chowdhury, who is one of my outstanding students. Priyanka has become an accomplished and all-rounded musician. I wish her great successes in all her endeavors.
Priyanka, we are very truly proud of your achievements. As a parent, Priyanka and Selvi auntie proved it once again that dance has no language.
Priyanka, seeing especially this dance, Tumaka Chalata Ramchandra, it's not only the body which dances, it is actually the soul. It reaches divinity. That is what it brought tears in my eyes. We have another Shankar today. I'm so happy that from today, you're not Priyanka Chowdhury, you're Priyanka Shankar Chowdhury. You are Priyanka Shankar. And I bless her from the core of my heart. And my mother, Amala Shankar, she has sent her blessings. And I wish her all the best in life. God bless her.
Namaskar. I was simply mesmerized. When I dance, I'm nearer to God. Priyanka, remember, be like a flower. We are proud that the legacy of the Shankars go on, and you will bear the torch with lot of elan in future.
mastering this great classical art dance, requires a lot of hard work and endurance. With Priyanka, as she continues in just the beginning of her career as a great artist.
Sitting here today, watching Priyanka's performance, great niece of Ravi Shankar, I cannot help thinking that it is magic to me. Magic exists even for a grown-up statistician.
Priyanka has been an excellent student and a pleasure to teach. And I am very proud and grateful for her dedication and commitment. Today is a great milestone for you.
We have witnessed an absolutely spellbinding, mesmerizing performance tonight by Priyanka Chowdhury. Technically to speak, her performance is flawless, absolutely excellent. Her abhinaya is so fluid, I'm sure she's going to scale great heights.
Good evening, everyone. I sincerely thank you all for attending my Arangetram. I'm indebted to my revered Guru Selvi Auntie, without whom this day would have been absolutely impossible in my life. Thank you very much, Auntie, for giving me this new identity as a Bharatanatyam dancer. I would also like to thank Bama Auntie, Shankar Uncle, Raman Uncle, and Ramesh Uncle for the wonderful music and all your encouragement. I have to admit, though, this event would have been impossible without my mom. She's my biggest inspiration to reach this goal in my life. For that, a very big thank you, Mom. Thanks, Dad, for your tremendous support and for being there for me always. Thank you, Mama Pishitama and Dalu. We are deeply honored on your presence. Thank you, Tubu Mama and Dimpi Mommy. Thanks to my little cousin Shohom, I love you a lot. Now it's the time to thank the most important person in my life, my little brother Aryan. I would like to thank all my friends and my aunts Runi and Roshni. Thanks to my dear Ami Auntie and Geeta Auntie for being such wonderful MCs, Padma Shri Auntie for the artistic makeup, Maria for giving shape to my mom's design ideas, Lata Auntie and Uma Auntie for helping out backstage today. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience and for your patience.
On behalf of my family, I would like to sincerely thank all of you for attending Priyanka's Arangetram. We are grateful to Priyanka's guru and the excellent musicians who flew in from overseas. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for the wonderful MCs of this evening, Ami and Geeta. Our sincere thanks goes out to guest of honor, my aunt, and guest speaker, my uncle, Dr. Carmen. Tanya and I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement with this Arangetram.
মিষ্টি মুখ করে যাবেন সবাই।
ladies and gentlemen, after 8 years of rigorous practice, 1 year of meticulous preparation and countdown for tonight's auspicious event, finally the day has arrived. We are extremely grateful to all of you taking some time off your summer schedule and traveling far and wide to attend this event. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to share a small story from my childhood days which still has created an imprint in my memory. My dad and I were in our car with my great-uncle headed to our house in Calcutta. My great-uncle happened to be the world-renowned sitarist, late Pandit Ravi Shankar. On a casual note, I expressed to him my desire to be a sitar player when I grow up. He asked me why. I told him that I can travel the world like him when I become one, and his answer was, "You will never become a sitar player." And he was right. He said, my passion was in traveling, not sitar. Ladies and gentlemen, passion for dance is what we saw in Priyanka. To support Priyanka in the journey of her passion for dance, our job as parents is to keep her focused, to make her reach her destination. Even though Priyanka has performed on stage before, but today's event is a very special one where we want her to feel like a star and cherish this memory to become a real one in the near future. We are fortunate to have you all attending this great event for which my daughter and wife has left no stones unturned. So please relax while we try to make this program as enjoyable as possible. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar, Vanakkam. A very warm welcome to Priyanka's Arangetram. We are deeply honored and feel privileged to have such wonderful family, friends, and esteemed guests who have gathered here this evening to support this auspicious occasion. Arangetram marks the beginning of a student's dancing career. After years of rigorous training, the student is presented by the guru for the solo debut performance. By God's grace and Guru Selvi Chandranathan's skillful tutelage, Priyanka has been able to complete the initial training at such a tender age, and we are here today to witness the manifestation of utmost dedication and hard work. It is truly a very memorable day in Priyanka's life, and we are blessed to have you all gathered here this evening to celebrate her dance graduation. We would now like to acknowledge the guest of honor of this event, the renowned Bengali film actress, Srimati Mamata Shankar, Priyanka's Pishitama, and her husband, Pishamoshai, Mr. Chandadoy Ghosh, who has traveled all the way from India, taking time out of their extremely busy film and dance career to grace this event. Priyanka is really blessed to have them over. We would also like to acknowledge the presence of Priyanka's music teacher, Dr. Carmen Matiatsko of Westminster Conservatory and professor at Rider University, Ms. Joyce Trotman, representing Town Center Elementary School that Priyanka attended in her elementary years, and Dr. Noora Nabi, the councilman for Plainsboro Committee. We would also like to acknowledge the presence of all the musicians, Priyanka's dance guru, and all the distinguished guests sitting in the audience. Now I would like to request Priyanka's cousin, Shoham Mukherjee, a little singer who has traveled all the way from India, missing his school to participate in this event. He will inaugurate the event with a Ganesha Stotra.
Hello, good evening everyone. Vakretunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada Akashasya Dipo Vishnu Agnishcheva Maheshwari मायुसूर्यशिपे दिशः जीवनस्य गणाधिपः शौर्यशेतानि निनामानि यः पतेषु दुर्ज्ञानपि विद्यारम्भे दिवाहे चन् प्रवेशि मे गमे ततः एकदन्ताय दिग्महि वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो बुद्धिं प्रचोदयात् तन्नो बुद्धिं प्रचोदयात्. Oh Lord Ganesha, we all pray to you that my sister Priyanka Didi is able to give her best performance today. Thank you.
Now I would like to request, thank you, Shahom, for such a wonderful inauguration. I would now like to introduce the two wonderful MCs of this evening. Mrs. Ami Pandya, a very close family friend of ours. She holds a management degree and is a management professional at Johnson & Johnson. She's one of my closest friends that I can always count on. She proved it again this evening by clearing her social calendar and taking up her responsibility as an MC. I'm really grateful for that, Ami. And Mrs. Geeta Ranganathan, a wonderful Bharatanatyam dancer. By profession, she's an equity research analyst at Bloomberg, where she covers the media sector. Geeta started learning Bharatanatyam at the age of 4 from Guru Leela Sampson of Kalakshetra and continued learning from Guru Adiyar Lakshman. She performed her Bharatanatyam Arangetram in Chennai in 1997. She has also taken classes with Guru Selvinathan and loves to teach and perform. Let's put our hands together for the wonderful MCs, and with the blessings of Lord Ganesha, let the performance begin.
Well, Tanya, thank you so much for that kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great evening tonight, and Priyanka has really worked hard. So I'd like to set the stage with some ground rules that we can all follow throughout the evening to make sure that this event goes very smoothly and on time. First and foremost, let's take a moment and silence our cell phones. We have plenty of wonderful music. We do not need ringtones in between, so please silence your cell phones. Secondly, if we can refrain from any flash photography or videotaping of this event. I'm sure all of you know Tanya, and Tanya, being the perfect planner she is, she's already made arrangements to share photos and videos of this event in the coming weeks. So again, people, no flash photography and no videotaping. Thirdly, and I think this is most important, while a dance performance is in session, if you could please stay in your seats. Let's not enter and exit the auditorium during a performance. It takes away, it distracts Priyanka and the musicians as well. So kindly wait till the dance performance has ended and then leave the auditorium if you need to do so. And lastly, the management of this gorgeous facility has requested no food and drinks to be brought into the auditorium. So kindly, there are plenty of seats outside. Please have your food and drinks out and then come back in the auditorium. And that's it. So let's just try to remember these 4 wonderful house rules and the evening would go really well. All right, thank you. And now here's Geeta.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and namaste. I'm extremely honored to be here this evening along with Ami to guide you through a wonderful collection of dances that will be presented by the star of this evening, Priyanka Chowdhury. As Tanya said, my name is Geeta Ranganathan, and it is my privilege to be your MC this evening. Born in the Hindu temples of Tamil Nadu in South India more than 2,000 years ago, Bharatanatyam is devotional in spirit, yet possesses a highly stylized and sophisticated technique. Many of you may already be very well versed with the history of this art form, so I apologize for any repetition. The word Bharatanatyam itself is made up of 4 Sanskrit words, the bha coming from bhava or expression, Ra from raga or melody, Ta from tala or rhythm, and Natyam, encompassing all these three elements. Bharatanatyam has three main aspects. Natya, which is the dramatic element, where the dancer tells a story and expresses various sentiments using very subtle facial expressions. Nritta, the abstract dance aspect, where the choreography is complex, precise, and often very rhythmic, but has no symbolic meaning. And Nritya, which is a combination of both Nritta and Natya. The combination of raga and tala make Bharatanatyam the highest form of yoga which integrates mind, body, and spirit. There is a beautiful quote from the Natya Shastra which summarizes both the breadth and the depth of this fantastic art form. Natat jnanam, natat shilpam, nasa vidya, nasa kala, nasau yogo, natat karma, natye asmin, yanna drishyat. There is no knowledge, no sculpture, no learning, no art. In fact, there is no yoga or action that is not found in dance. For those of you who have already participated in Arangetrams, you would know that it's a coming of age ceremony for a dancer, more like a graduation event. As Tanya mentioned, Arangetram is a Tamil word which means the yetram, or the ascending of the aranga, the stage, by a dancer on the completion of her training. Traditionally, the Arangetram signifies the first time that a dancer takes the stage as a soloist for a full-length performance of a margam, or a repertoire of dances lasting well over 2 to 2.5 hours. An Arangetram is the ultimate dream of any aspiring dancer, marking the graduation from learning the essentials of the dance form, and is the beginning of the path towards the dancer's artistic maturity. The Arangetram is an exceptional performance, one that is more important than any other in the dancer's life, and represents a joint performance between the guru and her sishya. The Arangetram states that the dancer is now not an amateur, but she is a budding professional, and she seeks the support and blessings of you, the audience, as she embarks on this very memorable artistic journey. Priyanka tonight will be presenting a margam, a collection of several dance pieces. The word margam means way, and what you will be seeing today would be a nice progression of dances, the aim of which is to display all the components of Bharatanatyam. So you have the rhythmic or the nritta element, and then you have the natya or the dramatic component, which includes abhinaya. Priyanka will begin tonight's performance with an invocatory piece, the Stuti Pancharatnam. It's a very unique piece in which Priyanka will offer her salutation to three gods, first to Lord Ganesha, as she seeks his blessings to remove all obstacles as an auspicious beginning to tonight's program. In the second stanza, Priyanka will offer her salutation to Lord Ganesha's brother, Kartik, the one who rides the resplendent peacock, as she describes his beauty, his splendor, and asks for his protection. Finally, Priyanka will ask Lord Nataraja, the god of dance, to bestow his grace on her. Stuti Pancharatnam is in Raga Malika and Tala Malika. Priyanka dedicates this Arangetram tonight to her family and her legendary ancestors. Ladies and gentlemen, Stuti Pancharatnam.
Mm-hmm. महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितं एकदन्तैश्च कपिनो गजकर्णकः सुमुखैश्च एकदन्तैश्च कपिनो गजकर्णकः सुमुखैश्च एकदन्तैश्च कपिनो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च मेघनादो मेघनराजो गणाधिपः लम्बोदरश्च मेघनादो मेघनराजो गणाधिपः धूमकेतु गणाध्यक्षो बालचन्द्रो गजाननः धूमकेतु गणाध्यक्षो बालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्ड शोभकर्ण हेरम्बस्कन्द पूर्वजः वक्रतुण्ड शोभकर्ण हेरम्बस्कन्द पूर्वजः वक्रतुण्ड शोभकर्ण हेरम्बस्कन्द पूर्वजः हेरम्बस्कन्द हेरम्बस्कन्द पूर्वजः षडाननं चन्दनलीत गात्रमहोरसं मयूरवाहं षडाननं चन्दनलीत गात्रमहोरसं मयूरवाहं रुद्रस्य सूनो सुरलोकनाथं ब्रह्मण्यदेवं शरणं प्रपद्ये रुद्रस्य सूनो सुरलोकनाथं ब्रह्मण्यदेवं
After that divine opening, the next piece that Priyanka will perform for us is the Jatiswaram. A Jatiswaram is the beginning of the Nritta, or the pure dance pieces. It is composed of intricate footwork and graceful body movements. You will notice that the rhythmic aspect becomes more brisk and a little more complicated in the Jatiswaram. Priyanka will be combining different adavus or dance steps which have been set to rhythmic syllables or jatis and swara passages or musical notes. The Jatiswaram has no sahityam or story, but rather just notes which are set to particular combinations of patterns, and the dance movements follow the music so precisely that one can almost visualize the music through the footwork and hand movements. Priyanka now presents Jatiswaram in Ragam Dharmavati set to Rupakatalam.
That was great, wasn't it? Let's give Priyanka a bigger applause, people. She's worked 8 long years to come to this point. She's doing great. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Priyanka's biggest critic. Yes, her biggest critic, yet her most patient supporter. This is none other than Priyanka's own brother, Aryan. Now, Aryan is a talented performer in his own right. You know, he has to keep up with his big sister here, right? Just to share with you what Aryan has accomplished at such a young age, here's a little snapshot of what he's already done. Aryan sings songs and he composes music just like his big sister Priyanka. His composition, Happy Moments of Each Season, won the NJPTA State Award of Excellence last year, and that entry was selected as a national finalist. This year, his entry was selected as the NJPTA Mercer County finalist. Additionally, he sings songs and won the Voices Young Composer Award. He has also performed as a singer at the West Windsor Plainsboro Talent Show and his music at the Westminster Conservatory for piano recitals. So let's give Aryan a big round of applause. Come on.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aryan Shankar Chowdhury, and I am Priyanka's younger brother. I was told by my parents to be nice and say kind things about Priyanka because it's her day today. So I'll try my best, but honestly, it's not easy. I would like to share the story of my life with you today, and you will know I am saying this. I almost grew up in my car seat with Mom driving Priyanka to all her activities. My car seat had bottle holders, food tray, and even a book rack. My always on-the-go mom turned around one day while in the car and noticed I was 7 years old already. Yes, that is the time Priyanka took to complete her initial training in Bharatanatyam, and I'm so glad she did. It's not fun to be tagged along. Although I may sound naughty, I am very proud of you, Priyanka Didi, for your achievement. As Mom says, I was only 1 month old when she took me out on a cold, snowy morning to drop Priyanka off for her dance lessons. I probably started hearing Carnatic music for Priyanka's dance lessons even before I listened to nursery rhymes and learned my alphabets. I even know her dance steps by now. Salvianti should have given me a chance to dance with Priyanka today. I think I deserved it. But since today's Priyanka's day, her graduation, so I'm fine with not dancing and taking away her credit. Priyanka Didi, you are my true inspiration apart from dancing flawlessly. I also get inspired hearing you play the piano at the same time. I feel like playing the piano at the same time you practice your music. So when you see me fighting over the piano, it is not by bad behavior, but your inspiration motivating me to play at the same time. You always taught me to be creative and inspired me to make my own songs. It is because of you I sang my own song and went to the state awards and went to nationals when I was in kindergarten. So keep inspiring me like this so that I can keep winning awards. I also want to confess that I troubled you a lot while you practiced your dances or played your piano. I am sorry for that, but you should know I love you a lot and my life would be meaningless without you. As Mom and Dad mentioned in their welcome speech, this is just the beginning of Priyanka's dance career. So I just discovered that today in my life in the car seat has still not changed much, and I'll probably be tagged along for another 10 more years until I start driving myself. But that's fine, Priyanka, as long as we get to see such wonderful performances. I can bear everything, so keep dancing and I'll keep growing in the car seat. Jokes apart, Didi, I wish you a bright future ahead, and thank you for allowing me to deliver this speech.
Aryan, that was fantastic, all right? I think you did a great job. And ladies and gentlemen, I think you would agree that he could add public speaking and stand-up comedy as to his list of accomplishments, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now request the former Executive Director of the Steel Authority of India and the former Managing Director of the Greater Calcutta Gas Corporation and Solar Power Advisor, Mr. Achintya Kumar Mukherjee, to come on stage. Mr. Mukherjee has been sitting in the audience and he has been beaming with pride. He is none other than Tanya's father, Priyanka's maternal grandfather. So I'm sure if anyone is just beaming with pride today, it's Mr. Mukherjee.
Thank you, Ami, for such a wonderful introduction. May God bless you. Good evening, everyone. I am Priyanka's maternal grandpa. It is said that morning shows the day, and Priyanka proved it once again. We could notice her complete dedication in whatever she did from her very early years. She is extremely focused and puts in her best effort in achieving perfection in all spheres of work, including academics, sports activities, and performing arts, especially her musical achievements at such a young age. Bharatanatyam, as you all know, is the oldest of all classical dance forms in India. I am really amazed to see Priyanka, born and raised in the United States, having such a keen interest in learning Indian classical dance, as well as Western classical music in this 21st century, when contemporary dance and music are in fashion. I can clearly see she is on a mission to preserve the cultural goldmine of her ancestors. The amount of effort she has put in to master the intricacies of the dance and learning the facial expressions at this tender age without speaking the same language is indeed commendable. As quoted by Thomas Alva Edison, genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration, and Priyanka's performance demonstrates her 99% contribution. My daughter was a dedicated Bharatanatyam student for several years, but since we relocated to different states several times, she was unable to complete her training. I had regrets for that, but today, when I see my granddaughter reach her Bharatanatyam Arangetram milestone, I have no more regrets. I'd like to acknowledge Priyanka's guru, Mrs. Chandranathan, for training Priyanka and giving us a lifetime opportunity to witness this wonderful event. We are all very proud of your achievement, Priyanka, and wish your future be as bright as the rising sun. Very hopeful that with grace, Priyanka will be able to touch your heart and soothe your soul with her performance. I'm sure all of you must be eagerly looking forward to the rest of the program, so I won't take any more of your time. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the performance.
After that brisk and very energetic Jatiswaram, Priyanka will now perform a padam, Meenakshi Kalyanam. Meenakshi is an avatar of the Hindu goddess Parvati, the consort of Shiva, and is the ruling deity in Madurai, a city in Tamil Nadu. The name Meenakshi means fish-eyed, Meena meaning fish and Akshi meaning eyes. According to Hindu legend, in order to answer the prayers of the second Pandya king, Malayadwaja Pandya, who was childless, goddess Parvati appeared out of a sacrificial holy fire when the king performed a sacrifice, a yagya, in order to beget a child. The king was extremely happy, and as the heir to the throne, the young princess was trained extensively and meticulously in all of the different martial arts and warfare. As the time came for the young princess Meenakshi's coronation, she had to wage wars in many different worlds, in all the 3 lokas, and encompassing the 8 directions. She first goes and conquers Brahma's abode, Satyaloka, heads to Vishnu's abode, Vaikunta, conquers it, then goes to Amaravati, the abode of the Devas, and finally heads to the residence of Shiva, Mount Kailash. She is very easily able to defeat Shiva's army and even Nandi, his celestial bull, and then she heads to attack and conquer Lord Shiva himself. However, the moment she looks at Shiva, she is unable to take up any of her weapons. She just becomes speechless and puts down her weapons and bows down in shyness, transforming from a fierce warrior princess with a manly demeanor to an epitome and personification of feminine grace. It was at that moment that she realized that Lord Shiva was to be her future husband. She tells him that, and Shiva directs Meenakshi to go back to her hometown, her city of Madurai, promising her that he would come back in 8 days to be her bridegroom. And this is exactly what happened. He comes back in 8 days, and the marriage is celebrated, the biggest event on earth, with everybody gathering in Madurai. Priyanka will now beautifully describe the wedding procession, the sound of the nadaswaram, the bugles, the sound of the mridangam or the drums, the beautiful floral arrangements everywhere, and the whole atmosphere that is filled with joy, celebration, and happiness. Meenakshi is described in all her splendor, wearing a gorgeous sari, holding a parrot in her right hand. Vishnu, who is the brother of Meenakshi, presides over the wedding ceremony and gives away the bride. After the marriage, the pair, Shiva and Parvati, ruled over Madurai for a long time and then assumed divine forms, Sundareshwarar and Meenakshi, the presiding deities of the temple. Meenakshi Kalyanam, which is the marriage of Lord Shiva and Parvati and Meenakshi, is celebrated annually. It's a 10-day-long festival which is celebrated to this day in Madurai in April, which is the holy month of Chitrai. Meenakshi Kalyanam is in Ragamalika and Adi Talam and is a pure Abhinaya piece. Ladies and gentlemen, Meenakshi Kalyanam.
Wasn't that fantastic, ladies and gentlemen? Another big round of applause, please. Now I would like to introduce a very special couple. I would like to request Anirban Mukherjee, Priyanka's maternal uncle, and Swagata, Priyanka's aunt, to come up on stage and say a few words. Just to give you a little background, Anirban is one of the partners at Ernst & Young, based out of Hyderabad, India, and Swagata is the general manager of the IDBI Bank. Now, that's a power couple, isn't it, guys? I mean, a power couple who I am sure have very hectic lifestyles in India. But they've taken time off, they've used their vacation to be here with Tanya and Priyanka and Shomitra on this big momentous occasion. Please, come on stage.
Thank you, Amy. Good evening to all. Thank you for extending your love and support to Priyanka. Dance helps us to communicate with one's inner self and be in rhythm with the universe. Watching our little Priyanka, or as we fondly call her Nehu, on stage today is a high point in our lives as her mama and mommy. And we pray to the Almighty that she's able to receive His choicest blessings and have a fulfilling life. As her mommy, maternal aunt, my introduction to the family was really sweetened by Nehu as she displayed relentless focus in ensuring that I completed all the sweets offered to a new bride in a traditional Bengali marriage. What Nehu has achieved today is a reflection of that same determination and grit which I saw in the little toddler. As I watched her soulful performance today, I could see that she has not only mastered the moves, but has equally immersed herself in the essence of the recital. I pray that she receives divine grace in the years to come. I would like to invite Anirban to say a few words about Neha.
Good evening to all of you and namaste. Today, I am witnessing what may well be called the grand finale of a journey which Tanya had embarked as a kid. Just with one twist in the tale, the main protagonist has changed. As a non-repentant naughty brother, I used to sneak into the small room where Tanya, along with few more kids, started picking up the first few mudras. Envying her, my aspiration to sway myself to the beat grew so strong that I'm sure Tanya would have almost accepted me as her first guru. Just that I had given all my blessings and my musical appreciation to Tanya quite early in my life as Guru Dakshina. Now that all of you know about my well-pronounced understanding of the subject, I will take refuge in sharing a few thoughts which did touch my heart as a bystander. First, Neha is proving with her enthralling performance today that the more one praises and celebrates life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Neha, keep dancing for yourself, and I'm sure that one day the world would sway to your rhythm. Second, Shaumitra reconfirmed that the tenets of the age-old management philosophy still holds good. Miracles happen if you can encourage and empower. He did that brilliantly. Indeed, great leadership skills in full glory, Shaumitra. Finally, the more I admire Tanya, I realize that I have in her a sister who is not only multi-talented, but has the passion and determination to move heaven and earth to achieve what she desires. To manage a family, work pressures, battling health challenges, and yet pursuing her wish is extraordinary. Never give up has been her motto. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request all of you to please put your hands together for a loud round of applause to the lady who made all this happen. Tanya, this is for you. Thank you.
We now come to the central piece in this evening's performance, the Varnam. The Varnam is the longest piece in the traditional Bharatanatyam recital, usually lasts around 25 minutes, and is traditionally the pièce de résistance of a typical program. The Varnam is the most elaborate piece that brings out the best in both nritta or pure dance and abhinaya or facial expressions. The word varna means color, telling us that this piece can have many shades and flavors, varied sentiments, a variety of situations. It can paint vivid images and present a mosaic of colorful patterns. The Varnam encompasses both nritta and nritya, presenting a mosaic of patterns and the essence of this classical dance form. The dancer here performs complicated, well-graded rhythmic patterns in multiple speeds, showing the control over rhythm, and then goes on to depict the lyrics in a variety of ways through abhinaya to the lines of the sahityam. Not only will you get a glimpse into the different moods and emotions that will be portrayed by Priyanka, but you will also get to see the fantastic creativity and genius of the choreographer of the piece, Guru Shelvi. Priyanka will begin her artistic journey tonight with the Varnam, Konjum Shalangai, a composition that centers around the glory of the Lord of Dance, Nataraja. The Varnam describes the attitude and the attributes of Lord Shiva with innumerable sequences. The specialty of this Varnam is that the lyrics are composed so beautifully that they are able to integrate graceful postures and very meaningful abhinaya. To understand the concept of Nataraja, we have to understand the idea of dance itself. Like yoga, dance induces trance, ecstasy, and the experience of the divine. In India, dance has flourished side by side with the terrific austerities of meditation. Shiva, the arch yogi of the gods, is also necessarily the master of dance. Konjum Shalangai refers to the bells that Lord Nataraja, the god of dance, wears, As you know, the bells or the shalangai are the most important and sacred ornament for dancers. Priyanka will show Lord Shiva as Neelakantha, the blue-throated one. He is Chandrasekhara, the one who has the crescent moon in his head, indicating that he has controlled his mind perfectly. Priyanka will proceed to describe how Shiva is worshipped as the embodiment of Panchabhutam, or the 5 primary elements of wind, water, fire, earth, and space. You will see in this beautiful masterpiece how nritta, or pure dance, is interspersed with the story or the narrative aspect, creating a perfect balance, a beautiful mix of natyam. In the second half of the Varnam, which is typically at a slightly faster tempo and which goes Natanam Adidum Natesha, Priyanka, with chiseled poses and vigorous movements, will portray both Shiva and his consort Parvati, or Latangi, dancing together to the sound of sweet celestial bells. Latangi, which is an epithet of goddess Parvati, is also the ragam, or the tune to which this Varnam has been set. Konjum Shalangai Tigarum is in ragam Latangi, set to Adi Talam. This is a composition of Madurai Muralidharan, and the choreography is by Priyanka's guru, Guru Shelvi Chandranathan. Konjum Shalangai Tigar.
கொஞ்சம் சதங்கை திகழும் உன் திருவடி தஞ்சமென்றே படித்தேன். கொஞ்சம் சதங்கை திகழும் உன் திருவடி தஞ்சமென்றே படித்தேன். பரம்பொருளே கொஞ்சம் சதங்கை திகழும் திருவடி தஞ்சமென்றே. வரம் தரும் குண்டநிதியே கொஞ்சம் சதங்கை திகழும் உன் திருவடி தஞ்சமில்லே. நன்றி தந்தை நோனீரில் பரியன மாற்றிய பரிகை உதிர்ந்த சிலம்பம் சுமந்தவன் திருவடி நாடினே அருள் முகம் தேடினே அரும் பெரும் வரம் தரும் உன்னரிதே கொஞ்சம் சதங்கை திகழும் உன் திருவடி தஞ்சமில்லே. பணிந்தே பரம்பொருளே கொஞ்சம் சதங்கை திகழும். ನಟನವು ಆಡಿಡೋ ನಟೇಶ ನಟನವು ಆಡಿಡೋ ನಟೇಶ ನಟನವು ಆಡಿಡೋ ನಟೇಶ ಲರಗಿಡೆ ನಿಲಯಮುಡಲ್ 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 ನಟನವು ನಟೇಶ ಲರಗಿಡೆ ನಿಲಯಮುಡಲ್ ನಟನವು ಸಮಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಗಮಮ ಪಪದ ದಮ ಮಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಸ ಮಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಗಮಮ ಪಪದ ಧನಿ ದಮ ಮಪದ ನಟನವು ಆಡಿಡೋ ನಟೇಶ ಲರಗಿಡೆ ನಿಲಯಮುಡಲ್ സമരം തനിൽ തനി മരുന്തകം മരുന്ന് ഉലകിടും സമരം തനിൽ തനി മരുന്തകം മരുന്ന് ഉലകിടും സമരം തനിൽ തനി മരുന്തകം മരുന്ന് ഉലകിടും നടനം ആടിടോ നടേശ ലരകിടை നിലയമുടൽ தரிசனம் காண விழைந்து நாதனும் அழகினை காணும் இருவெளியில் நானும் தரிசனம் காண விழைந்து மலர்பதும் கிடைந்திடும் தவித்திடும் பகலும் இரவும் உடலும் தவமிருந்து நாதனும் அழகினை காணும் இருவெளியில் நானும் தரிசனம் காண விழைந்து மலர்பதும் கிடைந்திடும் தவித்திடும் பகலும் இரவும் உடலும் தவமிருந்து பதனி சனி த பதனி ரி க கரி மகரி சனி த பம த பதனி சனி த பதனி ரி க கரி மகரி சனி த பம பதனி சனி த பம பதனி த பம கம பத பம கரி சனி சனி கம பதனி சனி த பம பதனி த பம கம பத பம கரி சனி சனி கம கம ப ம பத பதனி தனி தி கரி சனி 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 த பதனி கரி கரி சனி தனி தி கரி சனி தனி சனி த பத பம பத நட்டனம் அடிடோ ரடிச லரங்கி இடைதலய முடல் காந்தி தகதிமி தகையிலும் இசைந்தாத மழையருவி இணைந்து வரகாந்தி தகதிமி தகையிலும் இசைந்தாத மலையருவி இணைந்து வர பாடும் மணியவர்கள் காலை இடது பதம் தூக்கி அனுதினமும் ஆட பலவிதம் பாடும் மணியவர்கள் காலை இடது பதம் தூக்கி அனுதினமும் ஆட பலவிதம் மலர்ந்து உடுக்கை பிடிந்தே கிடைக்கும் அழகு முரளி மகிழ்ந்து வணங்கும் தஞ்சம் தனிகிடதும் தஞ்சம் தனிகிடதும் தனிமிக நபுமி மகிழ நடனம் ஆடிடோ நடேச லரங்கி இடைந்து லயமுடன் நடனம் ஆடிடும் நடேச
Well, dear guest, while we give Priyanka a well-deserved breather, we'd like to announce a short 10-minute break. Our hosts have arranged for tea, coffee, and light refreshments right through those doors. So please, go ahead, have a quick break yourself, but kindly return to your seat in about 10 minutes. We have a great slideshow presentation that we would like to share with you. So thank you.